broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, happy Easter, everyone. Today we are doing another wonderful recap of our favorite hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives, right here on AFTERBUZZ TV. There has been a lot going on. I am your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my very devilishly drama-filled co-host.
Why did you look right at me when you said that?
Because I was more so looking at the hair.
It is pretty fabulous today.
And who do we have?
Can you see the halo from going to church today?
I saw the Facebook pictures.
I did.
I tried it.
That's a whole other show.
You tried it. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I am Mark J Freeman at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE. Tweet me.
And I'm Peter, the real DOOL again.
And make sure you are watching us and joining us live. Join in on the conversation. Make sure you subscribe to AFTERBUZZ TV so that you do not miss a thing. Not only our show, but we have tons of other shows that you can watch and recap as well. All right, so let's get right into it because there is so much. There's so much that happened.
Happened this week.
Yeah, a lot happened this week. So we're going to start off with the Abby, Ben, Chad storyline. Okay, let's just face it. Abby is starting to fall in love with Chad.
Well,
yeah.
Did she ever fall out of love?
That's what I was going to say. She hasn't fallen out of love with Chad. She's always had held a candle for him forever.
Yeah. It looks like multiple candles.
She held what?
A candle. A candle. Not a pizza roll, Mark, but a candle. Roll! So this week, Ben brought up that Abby still hasn't answered the question of whether or not she wants to move in.
It's a very big question. Yes,
it's a
life-changing moment.
Very.
And she just still has not answered that question. And then all throughout the week, we just saw these wonderful run-ins between her and Chad. And
well, it's more Abby chasing Chad. Run-ins. But they did physically run into each other too, didn't they? At one point,
yeah, at the hospital, they physically ran into each other. Yeah,
and that's when she started fawning all over him.
Maybe that's what it was. Like he knocked it into her.
I think that happened a few months back.
Let me tell you, if that can happen like in real life, I would be knocking myself into a few people. They'd be like, "I like you. I'm gonna knock it right into you." But did you notice this week that everyone questioned Abigail as far as what's going on between her and Chad, and kind of raising an eyebrow to that one. I can't do that.
The Hope eyebrow.
But the Hope eyebrow. Yeah. I mean,
even Hope did it.
Hope
my God,
she was just laden.
Right?
It's lately there's a lot of people who it's not their business are getting so what I mean? I feel like every week we're so and so's really getting involved and they shouldn't be.
Right. Well,
it's the Hortons. It's just
I think it's because there's gays on the show.
And the Bradys.
I think there's because there's gays on the show now.
And you know why? And they brought way too much drama. They brought way too much drama to Salem. They're like, we just can't deal. We got to make sure everything is good. So, and who else questioned Abigail? There was Hope, I believe.
Even Ben questioned her.
Ben, of course.
When he brought up EJ also.
Oh, that was so rude.
That was a low blow.
So this week, Chad supposedly read Jack's book.
Yes.
And
do you have a copy? Where's your copy?
I'm waiting to bring it when Matthew Ashford's here to sign.
And he found these quotes and reviews of the book and brought them to Abigail, which we later found out they were planted by Stefano. I mean, is there anything
in his little compound?
Is there anything that the DeMeras do not own?
No,
they own everything.
It's like, oh, you need a fake review? Here you go.
Yeah.
And they just pay people off.
Yeah.
And I love, was it
judges, lawyers, police officers.
And Adrian was like, how did I miss these? You know what I mean? When she handed her, she said, how did I miss that? I was like, okay, because they weren't real.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, really, Chad? Do you really need to put fake reviews? You couldn't just bing some?
But you have to admit, that was, it's just genius. I love watching him like, oh, Ben didn't read the book? That's sad. I love that. When he did that, I was like,
and that book was brought up as many times as the elephant was brought up.
Right.
Yeah. And then
it's still being brought up.
Yeah.
Ben's reply, of course, is, did Chad like the book? Like EJ enjoyed the book?
Read it too?
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, Ben.
And it went to commercials.
Real quick.
And then after he's like, I'm sorry.
But I feel like there's been a lot of those moments too, because Eve did something similar and it went to commercial and then it came back and she's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, no!
It's like, don't apologize.
Sorry.
If you're going to be rude, be rude.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, I meant it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
This from me.
Well, everybody knows.
Yeah. I wonder, do you think
she's never going to live that down.
Who?
Abby.
What?
Sleeping with
EJ?
both brothers. Yeah.
No.
EJ and Chad. She's sleeping with both brothers.
She's the town slut.
Slut
Slut.
with Skank now.
Do you guys
Slutty
think
skank.
that Abigail should move in with Ben, or do you prefer her with Chad?
I prefer her with Chad.
Well, I prefer it with Chad, but I think she should move in with Ben because it's a better way for the story to go.
Listen, I don't have time for these storylines anymore. I don't have time.
Well, someone lost their job on this show because of a long, dragged-out storyline.
Yes, we don't have time for that anymore. But I don't know. I don't like relationship remixes. The relationship ended for a reason. So I don't think she should go back to Chad. I think she should continue on this journey with Ben. Move in with Ben.
But what does Ben offer her?
Right.
Love.
Stability?
Support.
He's in
Honesty.
school.
Honesty.
Listen, Chad is a Demera, and he's going to be a Demera forever.
Okay, Horton. He's a
I'm more
Demera.
of a Brady. I got a little zing.
Brady and Abby?
Huh?
You're saying Brady and Abby?
No, I have
No. I'm
you
saying he's
think
acting like a Brady.
No, you said I was acting like a Horton.
Like a Horton.
And I said I'm more of a Brady.
Okay.
He's a Demera.
Stop paying attention to the chat.
I wasn't. It wasn't even. It was a black screen. I couldn't even see it.
Oh,
I
why I gotta be black?
I just see the word horny. I don't know.
It was
In love or
say
just
that.
horny?
Who?
We can say horny, can't we, Phil?
Oh.
He's not paying attention.
Well, it's too late now.
He put us on autopilot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hopefully the co-pilot's not in charge of
Right? I'm so sorry. To let you guys know, we don't have Alexis today in the booth.
She's in the chat, though.
She is in the chat room. We do have Phil holding it down. We don't know if he's,
everybody.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Phil.
Sorry, I cut you off guard.
We don't know if he's paying attention or not. We hope not, because then we can get away with a whole lot more stuff.
Oh, thank you, Susie Morales Smith.
What did Susie Morales Smith
She
say?
said that I was good looking. Better looking than somebody. I don't know who.
Wait, no. It says Mark is way better looking, and then she said not Mark Tony.
Sorry. Okay, Susie, I take it all back.
So I guess we will just see how that
Well, you pointed at it.
that storyline happens. I mean, there wasn't much this week except awkward moments of them running into each other as far as, oh, we don't have lids for all these cups. I'm going to have to go back.
Right. There should be three different sizes.
Three different. Yeah, and then that's when Ben and Chad actually got into it too.
At TBD.
Yeah.
Because he walked in on this very gushy
He's like, you should
moment
read the
between
book.
them.
Yeah, read the book.
Yeah.
So mean.
Yeah, I'm not about the book.
But
I think this is Frozen.
I don't know.
It's Frozen?
Well, because it hasn't moved.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when you order cups, they come with lids.
Yeah, usually. Typically.
Yeah. But apparently not the ones in Salem. Y'all cannot multitask at all.
I'm trying. He's saying that the
No,
chat room
I
is...
feel like...
it's
No,
right
see,
there.
now it is. Okay. But it
No,
wasn't before.
Mark wants to make sure that
All the comments
he
about
reads
him.
the comments of
Yes, totally.
him and his
Hey, I'll
hair.
just do this.
That's fine. I'll stay focused.
So we'll see what happens between them. I'm rooting for Abigail and Ben.
Okay. Have at it. Have
You
t-shirts made.
you guys let me know who you're rooting for. Are you rooting for Abigail and Ben or Abigail and Chad?
It's more
I
interesting.
don't want her with Chad.
It's more interesting.
But when EJ comes back, it's going to be even better.
Oh my god.
I'm just thinking in the long run.
Oh my god. That's going to be way too. Now I
And
will.
even if she gets with Chad,
How
it's going to
about
be drama. There's going to be more of a thing. What is
don't-
Ben going to bring?
How about when Austin comes back?
I can't with that. I will say
Oh,
this.
that's right. She slept with Austin.
Well, no.
No, she
pretended.
wanted to.
Pretended to, right.
When he was drunk.
I will say I did like Abigail and EJ together. I like that pairing.
Well, then
No,
she should
I
be
prefer
with
Nicole and EJ.
Then she should be with Chad because it's going to be more dramatic for her to be with Chad
No,
when EJ comes
look,
back.
leave the Demaras alone. And I mean, getting with Ben is almost like a Demera because Clyde, He's just way too much. So,
they're going to be gone soon.
You think so?
Yeah.
Including Ben?
Yeah. Done. Page turn.
So rude. All right, so let's move on to Melanie, Teresa, and Brady.
I was just going to say, he can pair up with Melanie and they can leave arm in arm.
Oh my gosh.
Skipping along.
So,
Sorry, Daquan.
Melanie is still Nancy Drew, putting all of the pieces of the puzzle together this week. I feel like she has the pieces of the puzzle.
She even made a list.
She did.
Yes.
She crinkled it up, but she was making a list. You gotta love her.
And I wish Teresa would stop being so
bitchy,
mean and bitchy to her, because she's.
If somebody kept showing up to your house and interfering in your life, wouldn't you be a little annoyed with them too?
Okay.
She was saving her.
She was, because she was literally
She was
knocked
checking
out.
her vitals, as she said.
Yes.
Oh, one of the many times she showed up at her house. When she wasn't reading notes and poking her nose into people's business.
But at least Teresa could have just said thank you, because I was a little out of it, instead of being like, what were you doing at my house? Reading my notes. You're all in my business. Just stay out of my... Well, fine. Next time you just lay there and die.
Just like Jen Lilly. That was amazing.
Just sign me up.
You could be her twin.
I did feel a little sad for Teresa, because she just wants to be loved, and she couldn't make it work with Brady, and now Clint did whatever he needed to do and left.
She had a child ripped from her womb.
She had a child ripped from her womb.
It wasn't a child, it was an embryo.
Oh my god!
Because if it was an
that's
actual,
a whole other show.
If it was a child, then
I mean, if you want to get all technical,
it was an embryo.
The beginnings of a child.
But remember that tender moment between her and Eve?
Oh, the
that
sisterly love.
The little Donovan sister moment.
That was sweet. They should have more of those, because they're going through too much.
I said that before. I think Eve and Teresa should be together more often.
Yeah, totally.
Should be what?
I like seeing the scenes of them together.
Instead of going at each other.
About the drunk scenes,
exactly.
The drunk scenes at TVD.
And when they were in the that was fantastic. And then when they were talking to Marlena in the town square, was it Marlena? And Jen Lilly, and it was Jen Lilly. It was great. I love that. I think they should get rid of Anne. And it should be Teresa and Eve.
Anne love the character, but she has no purpose.
She hasn't been on screen for a while.
No, for a while. Well,
ever since they switched her. Remember when Chad tricked her into doing that project?
Right.
And that's when we haven't seen her since then.
Well, the thing
she got replaced with Jorge.
Oh my god. Jorge this week, trying to find out if Teresa would donate blood.
Yeah.
Which, okay, strange, because she hadn't donated blood since last fall. But today, you decide to ask if she's going to donate more blood. You act like she donated blood last month, and there's a monthly thing that she does.
Right.
Rude, Jorge. And he was team too much.
Yeah, he was.
He was a lot. But you know what? I loved it. I loved it. Every scene he was in, it was just... He, to me, seemed like one of the group of people that would gossip in the hospital. Like, if you wanted to know what was happening.
Remember that one nurse a few months back?
Yes. She was always just very
homely looking.
Yeah. But she always passed on gossip.
Yeah, gossip.
Yeah. I liked her too.
Gets yelled at. You guys called her homely. I've never done.
She was.
For the record.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Although Melanie is a little homely.
So, Melanie continuing to put the pieces of the puzzle together, introducing Jorge, and the fact that she hadn't donated blood since last fall, but there was plasma still there, which sparked another thing. Were you guys confused about the whole plasma thing, how that's going to play into it?
I don't know how any of this is going to play out, because I don't understand
about the
why
research
they
that Melanie did.
Yeah, because all of a sudden she was like plasma, and I'm like, are you going to put any other words behind that eel search? Because first of all, you should know what plasma is if you are working in a hospital.
Right. She's a nurse.
So the fact that you had to go on eel search, I just like saying the eel search because it's called eel search. To look up plasma, I was just like, okay, she's on to something, but girl, we should already know what plasma is if you're in our hospital. But that's going to connect somehow.
It has to.
But it's so weird because she's already figured out that Clint took blood from Teresa and Brady. Mm-hmm. Mandrake is a fertility doctor. Teresa, at one point, thought she was pregnant. So, all of the pieces are coming together, and she's just not putting the equal sign Kristen. Oh, she has surrogate. Which brought up the conversation that Maggie it was Maggie had with her, right?
Well, Maggie got a text.
No, Maggie was a surrogate with Jonas.
No,
they brought up Sarah.
No,
Sarah Horton. Yeah,
they brought up Sarah Horton.
Sarah Horton.
It was Maggie and Melanie. They were talking at the Brady.
That's right.
The Brady
and that's
Club.
when Sarah Horton called. And Sarah was going to be a surrogate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she got the call about someone not being able to maybe carry a baby to full term.
Sarah was going to be a surrogate.
Yeah, and then she was like, "That's how you had her too, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay, why is this whole conversation of surrogacy coming up?" And then of course she on that list of things she had surrogate, and I'm just like, and she's like, and I'm like, Kristen.
That's a good segue to bring in Vivian, since she was a surrogate also.
Well, she's self-appointed.
But just like Kristen. That's almost like the same storyline where she stole somebody's embryo.
That's what I posted on our Facebook when the Tale of Two Moms with Vivian and Kate and Phillip.
I can't with that. So and then how dare you, Days of Our Lives, do a flash of that baby and then not talk about the baby for the rest of the week. Yeah. Was anyone else upset about that?
That's why.
No, you can't do that. And it was Tuesday, I think, when they brought. And I was like,
baby? No, that was a Monday.
Was that Monday?
That was a Monday.
Okay,
that was the Monday cliffhanger.
Monday. And so I'm thinking like Tuesday. Yes,
it was the Monday cliffhanger.
I'm like, I'm all excited about because I watch them back to back. I was like, Tuesday we're gonna talk about this baby. No baby on Tuesday. I was like, okay, Wednesday baby. No baby. Thursday. I'm like, where is this baby?
Bring back Vivian and Yvonne.
Yvonne was fun. Mm-hmm. I loved when they had back then when they had. Like the villain and then like the assistant.
Stefano and Rolf.
Remember
Rolf? Or what about what's his name? Bart?
Oh, Bart the henchman. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
He
died.
Oh, bless his heart. So let's hope that Melanie stay with it, stay committed to it, because she goes back and forth like, oh no, I don't want to do it, and then
Shahag mentioned that Amanda Corday was the nosy nurse.
Who was?
Amanda.
Oh, shout out to Amanda for being the nosy nurse.
Yeah.
I like that.
The homely one.
Shout out to everyone in the chat room. Looks like we have like 29 people in there. Y'all are just chatting away. So,
I think one of them's my mom. Mom is watching.
One of them is Alexis and her family. Happy Easter to them watching.
We should be able to mark like if you're watching with multiple people, they should be able to watching with 5 people so that Alexis can count her whole family that's watching.
So let's take it to let's see what people are talking about in the chat room.
Bring back Vivian and I want
to bring back Vivian. Days has been so off their cliffhanger game. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that.
Let's see. Someone said #90s Days.
90s.
That's when I started watching Days, was in the 90s.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Let's see. Someone said if Melanie was not leaving, I would suggest bringing Andrew Donovan on and making him and her a couple just to piss Teresa off even more.
Andrew and Melanie?
Teresa's brother.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. All right, so you guys keep chatting away. You guys keep chatting away in the chat room. Let us know what you think. Let's see. Brady should tell Melanie about his last conversation with Kristen. I am carrying a part of you inside me. That's another key part. And I can't believe Brady didn't put that together.
Well, Brady's kind of.
Well, they're all dumb. Even the Salem PD are dumb. You know what I thought?
You know who should be on Salem PD?
Melanie.
Sierra.
Marlena. She put it together in 3 minutes.
Oh, right. That's right.
She totally told Will that.
She even said that. That was amazing.
So speaking of, let's get to the biggest storyline this week. Paul, Will, Sonny. No.
Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
No, we're not there yet, Mark.
No,
we're not there yet.
Calm down.
So I think everybody knows.
Paul,
yes, I'm sure.
Will, and Sonny storyline. First of all, Will is oh my God, I'm going to take the chat away from you guys if you guys cannot pay attention to it.
We're listening.
I can't have a conversation about myself with Days of Our Lives. Are you sure? Are you sure you're listening? Are you sure? See, this is what happens.
He's getting a little extra today.
Like, notice that I can have a full-on conversation. I can look in the chat and see what y'all are talking about. Still keep the conversation going. Y'all go like this.
When you're talking, we're listening.
We have these on. We can hear you.
Lies. Y'all are paying attention to the chat room.
There's nothing rolling in the chat room.
I just see my name.
Everyone in the chat room say hi to Peter and Mark so that way they can stop looking in the chat room.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
Melanie can do anything. This is Brady we're talking about. Melissa Archer should have been Sarah Horton James.
So continue, Tom.
Oh, really? She should have came back as Sarah. Oh, I see. Got it.
Okay, so Will, Paul, Sonny. First of all, Will, please stop going around blaming everybody for stuff.
We say that every week. And he needs to take off the merce. I'm done with him wearing the merce. I'm done with it. I even wrote it on my paper. Take off the merce.
Satchel.
I'm done with that.
Listen, he, bless his heart, he's Sammy Jr. in the making.
But he also did say this week too, like, I need to start taking responsibility. And both of them like, okay, well then stop running around blaming everybody.
Right.
He's just
fix it.
He's just conflicted.
Yeah. Fix it.
He can't fix it. What is he going to do?
It can be an easy fix if he stops obsessing over what everyone else is doing. Paul leaving is not going to make him and Sonny get back together.
No, it's not.
And he also needs to get out of his head that Sonny actually loves him and that he didn't marry him just because Paul said no. Now, I can see if the timeline, which thank you to Marlena Evans for going over the timeline of how they met, how they dated, and
how long they dated before he even proposed. So that was like 2 years.
Yeah, so if it was one of those things where like Sonny got back in town and was like, gotta marry someone, then like, okay, but Will, first of all, you were going through a lot yourself. You were trying to figure yourself out. You was having babies with people.
But remember, Sonny did have that little box with his little notes that he put in there.
Yes, what he was going to accomplish that year. Oh, you know what? Send that box to me because I want to put some stuff in there so that way I can see that come to fruition. Have $1 million. Just put that in the box and it happens.
Sonny's wish box.
Yes. So poor oblivious Paul has no idea why his mom Tori keeps trying to get him out of Salem.
He just thinks she's anxious.
Yeah,
she just doesn't want to be there.
Which, okay, finally, the big thing happened.
Yes.
John recognized Tori Simpson.
Her professional name.
Professional name.
I remember. I was like, professional.
And when she said that, I was like, were you a hooker? Do you know Kate? Did you and Kate work together?
Right.
Nicole. Right. Well, Nicole was a porn.
A whole nother level.
Like hookers. Porn, like that's different tiers.
Star,
yeah, exactly. So, and she played it cool, like, oh hi, oh yes,
yeah. But did you see her eyes? She was totally like head over heels,
so in love with John.
Yeah, she's still in love with John. She's like, oh,
yeah,
just like Abby and Chad.
And then all of a sudden, Will had been writing this article.
It was just the cover. It wasn't even an article. It was just the cover.
You need to keep a diary. That way you don't just write stuff that is just not true. So he threatened to publish this article unless they left tonight because
strike 3.
Yes. Strike 1. Well, wait, what was strike 1? Strike 1, the end of his career. Strike 2, coming out. Strike 3, he's at the mirror.
Yeah.
In
capital
bold
letters.
Yes.
And exclamation marks.
Yeah.
Like, really?
So he goes in on this whole article, threatens to release it unless they leave town, and Tori's like, gotta get out. Paul is like, but I want to help the children.
I know when he places that call with her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, Tori's gonna get mad.
When he decided to stay even longer.
She's like, I'm finished packing.
And he's like, well, they just asked me to stay for this baseball clinic, and they're gonna, donate $50,000. And I felt like there were a lot of clueless people in Salem today, like clueless John, who has no idea what's going on with Paul, Sonny, and Will. Mm-hmm. Clueless Rafe, who has no idea what's going on. He was catching on, but
and he was catching on to Chad too.
Look, people were throwing balls, no pun intended, and he was not catching the right balls. Him nor Rafe, so they have no idea like what's fully going on. But they're catching things here and there, like the water gun fight that ended with wet shirts from Sonny.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well, I have some shirts in the... Now, granted, if you have shirts in your office, you don't have shirts that you can change into. You have shirts that, like, say, Club TBD or something like that. Right. How do you have, like, just changes of clothes in your office?
I just think it's funny that Sonny's office looks exactly like Hope Brady's office.
I know. I thought that, too, because I was like, wait a minute, didn't he say he was going back to his office? ambulance, and I was like,
they look like they're at the hospital.
like at Salem PD.
I thought they were at the hospital because I thought that was their their office.
Can we change the art in Hope's office, please?
Something, yeah,
or Sonny's office,
because those offices are looking quite familiar. You can't just decide to shoot this way or shoot the other way and not see what's happening. So they had a moment, and John caught them with this sexual tension that they had. Basically.
I was wondering too, because he didn't really acknowledge it until later. Then he was like, "You should have seen the room," and I was like, "Oh, good. At least they're going to acknowledge the fact that he did walk in." He
kind of acknowledged it with the classic John, like,
you go this way, you go that way. Yeah. He walked in. He's like, Sonny, they need you at the park. Paul, they need you over here.
Yeah. But then they left, and then there was that moment of,
Yeah. And he even yelled at Paul at the end. Like, he was even like, "You need to get out of here. You need to get away from them." Like,
that was after the bomb drop.
That was after a huge bomb drop.
From Davis.
Was that the sleazy reporter's name?
Yeah, Davis.
I know him. He used to be my bartender.
Really? Okay,
at Fatfish. I used to go to Fatfish.
Oh, he looks so sleazy.
So
whatever they do.
He's a nice guy, though.
We have
You're protecting him.
He is. He's a nice guy.
We had the photographer who was there taking photos of the event and everything.
The diva photographer.
The diva photographer.
Yeah, remember Chad came over and he was like, "Oh, this photographer is being a diva."
Yeah.
I'm like, he wants to talk to you, Will.
Yeah.
He won't take any orders from me.
So we had that, and then this reporter all of a sudden comes and he's like, I have this big reveal of a story and da-da-da, and I thought he was coming in with the reveal of like who his father was.
No.
Oh.
I don't know why I thought that, and I think it was because everything that was leading up to.
I kind of thought that too, but then I thought, I was like, why? How would he find out about all that? Like, what would be the leak?
He didn't even officially know that Will slept with Paul. He just said, "I heard
because
from somebody."
Derek. So Derek made a comeback.
I know. I wrote that down too.
Oh, Derek. So the sleazy reporter is in the town square. They have gathered after the fundraiser, after the event. What?
By the way, just in the chat room, everybody's talking about Chris's abs. That's just the topic of conversation.
Christopher Sean's abs?
Yes. That's just the conversation right now, and how they didn't show Sonny's abs.
Listen, I think that Sonny does not look like Paul in that area. I would tell them to film from here up. Yeah. I'm just gonna take my shirt off like this.
Cut away.
You can get a little shoulder, and then cut away. That's intimidating in daytime TV to do like. I'll be like, listen, here up, here up, here up. Everything needs to be here up, and I need every piece of fabric.
Well, you do constantly wear jackets on the show when you're on the show. I noticed that. Yes, you.
Depends on the season. Like the last time that I was there, I just had on a short sleeve shirt. Which, by the way, whoops for being in the background of Christian Alfonso's picture.
Oh, that's right, the one that on Twitter.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, that's right.
He's a big old photo bomb.
Yeah.
I was like, my bad. I was just saying hi to people.
You should just went to put up your little
that should be a fun game of Spot Tony. Go to Christian Alfonso's Twitter and see if you can spot Tony in one of her latest photos. So we're in the Horton Town Square. John has gathered everyone into the Horton Town Square to have a toast for Will and Sonny. What?
Just laughing at when Leia said the photographer turned out to be a butthole.
Oh wow! So they're in the square and they're having a toast to commemorate their year anniversary. Which, by the way,
awkward.
Talk about an awkward way to spend your first year anniversary.
Well, and I also did you notice too that they just were like standing there, like there was.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that they're not in the best of terms, but it's like
not even
at least touch your partner. I don't know.
So poor Caroline can't make it because she's in California.
She's over here. Where is she?
When did that happen? I don't know.
She's visiting Sammy.
Oh, is that what they said?
Well, Sammy's in California. So.
That's true.
Well, okay. Well,
and Shane and Kim are there too, right?
No.
Yeah, because she's visiting everybody.
Right, that's where Shane and Kim are.
And she sends a text message, by the way.
Yeah, because Teresa was in California.
That's right. Okay.
She sends a text message, which I don't know how she knew about it before, because they had just planned this toast.
Right. Yeah, but she knew about their 1 year anniversary.
True. And whatever 10-minute banner, the banner place that they got
banner.
I mean, they really.
It wasn't like from the carnival with the kids drawing with the markers.
They're in the town square. I'm sure there's a copy print place right close by that's owned by a Brady or Horton.
Right next to the spa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So they're gathered around. Everyone's doing fond memories of their wedding and all that. And
Victor's toast.
Victor's toast was great. He was like, it was one of the best weddings we've had in Salem.
I wrote it down.
Nobody got shot. Nobody
I wrote it down. Hold on.
Did you?
I totally wrote it down.
Go ahead, Mark.
No one was shot, no one was arrested, and no one found out they were pregnant.
The best speech ever.
I think Sammy did all those three.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I think that's what it was referring to.
Like Sammy was all those three.
Yeah. So, beautiful moment. And then what?
I just remember a Sammy moment when she was getting married, and then she finally.
Which time?
Well, I was gonna say the one where Austin and Carrie, she's like out in the rain outside of the church, and she's just like crying and beating the window.
Yeah,
it was just amazing, like rain just falling all over her.
Yeah,
it's just so
dramatic.
Sad.
Wayne. No, I'm kidding.
Rain. So then,
it's a Golden Girls reference.
In comes the sleazy reporter, who is now asking these questions, and everyone has this sense of like he's going somewhere.
I love that
he's
everyone
going
was like,
somewhere.
Where's he going with this? Should we stop this? But nobody did.
And then all of a sudden, boom! You had sex with Paul. Like literally,
everybody like.
I made the face.
Oh, this face.
The caption face.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh! Like, first of all, who does that? You can't come to someone's, 1 year anniversary and just
in the public
spill stuff. You can't do that. That's rude.
It's daytime television.
Well,
it's drama.
It was just it went from beautiful to just a mess, and it was revealed then because they had somehow been trying to keep it a secret.
Well, they were. By the way, after Victor made his speech, I really, 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 really liked Marlena's speech because it was very classy, even though she knew what was going on.
Right.
So she made it very classy and was like, "I'm not going to say this. You guys are the perfect couple, but I'm going to say that you guys are."
Yeah.
Because we all know
it ain't perfect.
There's some things going down. So after that, everything hit the fan, and all was revealed that Will cheated on Sunny with Paul. And then I didn't. Victor was pissed. Victor was so upset.
Oh my god!
And made a reference like just like his mother.
Yeah.
I was just like,
mother and Kate.
Yeah,
just like a mother. I think
Victor was not having it.
No,
not having it at all.
Not a happy camper.
But also, I did not like the way John and Rafe treated Paul. By making it seem like, oh, you were making a move on Sonny. It's like first of all, catch up to the rest of us because you don't even know the half of it.
Victor says obviously he takes after his mother and you.
To Kate.
Yeah.
So that's why all this week I was calling John and Rafe clueless. Clueless John and oblivious Rafe. Because they had they were picking up on things, but they just weren't fully aware.
They were putting it together.
Yeah, and then when they treated Paul that way, I was just like, really, guys? Like, you have no idea this history and this thing that's going on, so I can't wait for you to find out about that. Paul feels like now everything's going to get out, so he's not going to do the baseball clinic, or that
they
got
said
canceled.
They canceled it for him.
So, I mean, clearly he still has to stay in Salem. He's not going anywhere.
Well, I know he's not going anywhere for the storyline, but I mean, like,
where's he gonna go?
Back to California, San Francisco with his mom.
Hotel.
What to then have to come back to Salem? He's not going nowhere.
Maybe he wants Sky Miles.
Now it's a thing of like, how are they going to keep him to stay this time? Like what?
Well, now it's going to be that he finds out about John.
You think so?
Yeah. We know so.
Actually, they do. The preview.
The preview.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch the preview.
Well,
I didn't watch the preview.
It's like drop. It's like who's
back to what you said earlier about Marlena figuring everything out in 3 minutes. She kept it to herself that she knew about Tori and that what Will was thinking and everything like that.
Wasn't some of it stuff that was shared in at work, like as a psychiatrist? Like, wasn't some of it?
No,
didn't
the only
Paul
thing
talk to her about some of that?
No, the only thing Paul talked about was the fact that he slept with Will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, she put it together because she found Will's tablet, and then he talked to her about. He told her about blackmailing Tori, and she like totally. I love Marlena. She just totally like laid into Will about that.
Yeah.
And then when John went to her and told her about Tori, then that's when she put it together and was like, that's why you dropped the story.
Yeah, because the first time she was like, what are you doing? Why are you writing this? Like, are you sure this is true? And then, Will went into the whole explanation of how he found out and everything like that. She thought she knew everything. She goes back, now insert John being like, oh, ran into an old friend, old Tori, Tori Simpson, and blah, blah, blah. And then Marlene is like, okay. And then she goes back to Will and is like,
grabs him by the arm.
Tell me what's going on. And then she's like, I already know what you're thinking. I figured it out in 3 minutes. And I'm like, I'm glad you did. Now can we figure out some other stuff in 3 minutes? Because y'all are taking forever.
She should have hung out with Hope and Aiden for a while. She could have figured that whole thing out.
She should have hung out with Serena and
Serena and the elephant.
Right?
Speaking of,
real quick.
we're going to go into some quick tidbits. So Serena threatens Xander, and in order to get the diamonds back, first of all, Serena, please just give the band the diamonds back so that we can end the story, because I feel like this storyline is so blah with the whole diamonds and everything like that. Unless they put a huge twist on it, will be the only.
But I don't think they are.
No,
because I think it was the old writers, and that story is
this whole time. I'm just like, please, just give them the diamonds and do something else.
It's just being dragged out way too much.
It's dragged out for no reason, and then hiding the diamonds in somebody else's house.
In the chimney. We're not even talking about hiding it in a plant. She took the chimney
sparkles
thing away and climbed up. I was like, come on.
Sorry.
So dumb.
Secret.
Someone put in the chat room, 2 Asians in town and no one realizes they are related.
Oh, well, and Hira even says, she made a comment, she's like, well, I am the only Japanese woman in town.
Right. Can anybody put 2 and 2 together?
Exactly.
Because Tori didn't tell John that Paul was her son.
Right.
And Will's first reaction was to make sure his job was safe.
As always.
Well, of course.
Of course.
Which is selfish of him, because even still, going back to Will, his whole priority was, after the whole drama unfolded, was making sure that he had a job and not talking to Sonny about the big bomb that was dropped and now the fact that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Get it together, Will. Do we think Marlena will tell John? Our Melvin fan says she thinks so.
No,
she thinks Marlena
we
will
know
tell
that
John.
that's not how it happens.
Oh, well,
watch the preview.
That's not going to happen.
Our Melvin fan.
Let's see, what else are they saying in the chat room before we move on? Because we're going to run out of time. I want to see Brady involved in this storyline. I'm interested to see what their relationship would be like.
Best part of the story is Parker, only comic relief.
Well, there's Parker and then Sierra, when she totally reads Paul.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So also, Kate doesn't have a job, so she's trying to go back to her old one.
Yes. Well, I don't know that she's. Do you think that she really? I don't think that she really wants to do it. Do you?
She needs a job.
Well, not for a while. I'm sure she can live on what she's got.
I feel like there's a plan.
I'm not concerned about her.
I don't think she'll take the job from Will.
No, but I feel like there's a plan somewhere.
Well, something's gonna happen there.
Yeah,
for sure.
What about Countess Wilhelmina?
That's gone, right?
Well, she can revive it,
and then
because wasn't Sammy doing Countess for a while?
Back.
No, wasn't it Kate doing Countess Wilhelmina, and then Sammy had Mad World because because Sammy joined with
Madison.
Yes, with Mad World to try to take down Countess Wilhelmina.
And then Kristen took over with Sammy, right? Then Kristen was Sammy's boss for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that was Mad World. Okay.
Sure.
Mad World. Yeah.
Bring back Countess Wilhelmina. We don't like that.
And Billy Reed.
Also,
Lisa Rinna.
JJ admits. JJ finally tells.
Not Chris Allen.
What? Chris Allen.
That's why I said not Chris Allen.
You tried it. So JJ tells Daniel that yes, he slept with Eve.
Oh yeah.
I want him to say how many times.
Oh,
because he's just describing the first time. He's like, we were just in a different place. I'm like, let's talk about the other times.
Yeah.
The other times you just wanted to do it.
And the time your mom walked in on it.
Gross.
That was amazing.
Eve is trying to work with Cole to get in between JJ and Paige. Exactly how I feel about that.
Just whatever.
Daniel apologized to Nicole, but still thinks Nicole is still in love with Eric.
He needs to let that go.
I feel like he needs to let that go too because
obviously he's still in love with Jennifer.
Duh.
Right.
But
because he's getting up all in her kid's business.
Right.
But I feel like he can compare his friendship with Jennifer to Nicole and Eric.
Right.
And then we're done with that.
That's
right.
Exactly.
This is why they're tidbits, guys. This is why they're tidbits.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, Lucas and Adrian do it twice. And yep, I put do it and not make love because they did it twice.
And it had been a long time for both of them.
Yes.
I remember how they mentioned that it's been a long time for her. She's all giggling like a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Yes, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did it. I would like to point out the phone call that was made to both of them.
Yes.
For Maggie.
Regarding
Maggie, and then
Maggie was talking to Adrian, and Rafe was talking to Lucas.
I did kind of like how the conversations overlapped.
Because you didn't know who was talking to who until the end.
Yeah.
And then how Maggie was like, yeah, can you relay the message to Lucas? He's usually on top of things.
Yeah.
And I was like, he sure was.
Well, she even said, they even laughed about it. But I was going to say about that whole situation too was when they were like, oh, thank goodness Henderson isn't here. He'd be tweeting about this. Oh, and he's like, no, he's on Instagram. But how funny would it be if
Henderson actually had an Instagram?
If, like, they create, like, Days of Our Lives created, like, all the staff created Twitter or Instagram for them, and they'd send stuff.
What would Henderson's
for the
Instagram
show
be?
Like, I think that's such a great idea, Dina and Josh.
Yes, you know what?
You can have that one.
I thought about creating a Twitter for my character that I created for Days.
Thomasina?
No, Thomas. What was Maxine's last name?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember.
What was Maxine's last name? You should know this. This is your last name.
This is your character.
Morris. Was it Morris?
I don't know. Someone said it last week.
I think it was Cheryl that told us what.
But yeah, but I almost did that for the times that like when I'm watching Days, I can just like tweet as that character, and when I actually go on set, like I can.
Yeah.
I loved it before the show. I would always catch Tony on Days, and I would already make up storylines for him for his character.
I'm glad you did. So the people at Days will catch on too.
It was funny when he was walking into the Brady pub with this older white woman, and I was like, Tony, what are you doing? I'm like,
having lunch with a friend.
Cougar Town,
right?
They're going to rename Days of Our Lives Cougar Town.
Right. All right, and that was pretty much this week of Days of Our Lives.
Landis.
Okay. Let's take it to the chat room.
That's his name. Thomas Landis.
Thomas Landis. Yeah.
Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, I don't like Ludrian. We have to come up with something else. Let's see what else are people chatting about. I found it funny that they couldn't hear the person in bed next to them on the phone. I thought that was funny too.
And they were flip-flopping in the bed. Did you notice that? They were flip-flopping in the bed when they were cutting away and cutting back.
Well, I mean, they had to show like we started and this is how we ended.
No, but they were like this way and then they were that way and then they were this way.
I don't know. I think I might have looked away.
Flailing around in that boudoir.
I don't want to see Adrian flailing, please.
All right, so
you know what though? I actually wrote it down again. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Like I'm just so happy that Lucas has a story and she has a story. It doesn't bother me. I think it's.
I just don't want them together.
I'm not feeling the pairing, and it's not gradual.
Yeah,
it was just kind of like
forced. Yeah,
okay,
forced stuff.
Yeah,
it's very forced.
But it doesn't bother me as much as I think it bothers you guys.
It bothers us just as much as Melanie bothers you.
Ooh. Wow. I can relate. Wow. Got it. No more Lucas and Adrian.
Right. So that was your week of Days, and we're now going to go into some other stuff. So as you guys know, Days of Our Lives has been celebrating 50 years this year, and so we want to take time to recognize... Shut up! I'm trying to move on to the next thing. We're running out of time.
I'm having fun on the show. The whole thing is supposed to have fun. Sorry for me laughing.
But now laugh quietly.
Oh, wow. You're going to giggle.
I'm so mean, aren't I? Well, and also because I know you guys are laughing about stuff in the chat room, and I can't look at the chat room right now.
No, it wasn't. I was laughing at him going, grrr.
Lies. Now I have to redo that whole thing.
50 years of Days go.
Got it. So, Days of Our Lives is celebrating 50 years, and so we want to take time to remember different characters and storylines that we have enjoyed within the past 50 years. And so we are now going to bring up my all-time favorite character from Days of Our Lives, which is no other than Susan Banks. I love Susan Banks, and I love the fact that Eileen Davison used to play both her and Kristen. It used to be...
There she is.
And of course she had, as you keep reminding me, she had
Thomas
and
Sister Mary Moira.
Yes, and she played all of them.
There was another one too, wasn't there? I feel like that she was playing.
No, they were triplets.
Yeah, it was
okay.
It was Susan and then the other two. But I felt like Eileen Davidson did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
You could have left that up, Phil. She did such an amazing job as Susan, and I always liked when she was like, "That main Christian."
Mr. Marrow. Yeah.
So kudos to Eileen Davidson and Susan Banks, and that has been your moment in Day's history.
Yes.
Oh.
AB. Are we doing the ABTV?
Oh, yeah. And if you guys want to share with us your favorite storyline or characters, you can use hashtag ABTV Days.
50.
50.
We did go over this prior
We
to the
did.
show.
Yeah,
Hashtag
someone's not paying
ABTV
attention.
Days 50s and use
Someone
the numbers
came up with
50.
it, not paying attention.
Well,
This is not water in our cup.
sorry. All right, and now we're going to go into our favorite part of the show, our 3 segments.
Oh, yeah,
We
segment.
already did tidbits.
Sorry.
See, you need a pizza roll right now.
We need to take away this.
All right, so-
it's empty.
Penelope. See, there was another
There
one.
was Penelope.
Penelope and Moira.
Interesting.
Yep. I thought there was.
Penelope.
Okay.
Who was Penelope? Just write it in the chat. You go ahead, do your 3 snaps.
Okay, so we'll kick things off with the 3 Snaps Award. And my 3 Snaps Award goes to Derek for being the tea spiller of Salem and not even being present for when the tea was
The tea
spilled.
being spilled, yes.
Yeah, so
He just relayed the message.
exactly. So the 3 Snaps Award goes to Derek for making sure that everyone was fully aware that Paul and Will had sex, but he was nowhere near Hortontown Square to reveal the actual secret. So 3 snaps to Derek. All right, Peter.
Congrats. My WTF, once again, as always, is going to go to Will. This time for calling Marlena a hypocrite. Yeah. Don't you remember that scene where he said, Marlena, he's all, don't be a hypocrite. I'm like, are you serious, Will? You're going to call Marlena a hypocrite.
Right.
And then she came back with like, well, the reason why I'm going to tell is I'm not trying to go and hurt anybody. You are physically trying to hurt somebody with this information. I'm going to go tell it because I need to say this. That's what she was telling Will about that she was going to, about John and all that information.
Yeah.
And that just angered me so much. I don't know. I guess I'm so protective of Marlena because she's my favorite character.
Well,
of all time.
listen.
So when he called her a hypocrite, I was like, F you, Will. Yeah, I am.
That's a lot. You were
And
angry.
by the way, unlike other people, I love
What other people?
the actor. I love the actor.
Oh,
I just do not like the character.
I think the
when
same
I'm
can
saying-
be said
Wait,
about.
I don't hate the actress.
I know.
I don't know her to hate her. And if she said something bad about me, I might hate her.
Say something bad about you.
There we go.
Interesting.
I just did an episode of Hee Haw.
I dislike Melanie Jonas. I'm not afraid to say it.
Speaking of you, Mark, do you have our quote of the week?
I do have a quote of the week. That's funny. You should ask. All right. So my quote of the week this week is very short and simple and sweet, and I'm just going to say the quote of the week before I say who it is because I think it speaks for itself. It is the diva herself who says, "Wait, this isn't my good side, Miss Sierra."
Can I just Sierra's growing on me. At first I thought she was just a little brat. And now when she comes on,
Such a diva.
she is just this little diva. She is everything because even when they met Paul and Narita, she leaned over the chase and was like, "Yeah, his career is totally over." Like and I was just like and Hope was like, "Sierra." And she was like, "What?"
I actually honestly thought like maybe she improv'd and said that on her own, and because Hope was so believable. Like, I can't believe you just. But I was like, oh, I wonder if she improv'd that. I wonder if she just did that.
and how about
And Paul tried to save it.
Yeah, Paul did try to save it. But how about the bet? The bet between Sierra
I
and
think
Chase.
I wrote down Chase needs to stop making bets with Sierra.
Yes.
Yeah, because I
Just
love
losing out on money.
how she peeps around and was like, "We had a bet that you guys
she's
couldn't
all-
keep your hands out of each other."
Yeah.
And then when they were in the Brady pub and she looked over and she was like, like little Sierra.
Yeah.
My hope dream that as they age Sierra that she becomes like a Hollywood starlet.
Yeah.
And like this like celebrity pop culture girl, like maybe even from if they want to keep it in modern times, like she creates her own YouTube channel and becomes famous off of that.
Right.
And she becomes even more of a diva.
Yeah. I don't know how that's even possible, but
I mean, it's
I'm right there with you.
At first, I was rooting for her to be like the next Sammy, but I almost want her to be like Sammy mixed in with a little bit of Kate.
Yeah,
but like,
I was just gonna say a little bit of Kate.
But like a star in her own right.
Yeah.
That's my wish for her.
I blame Hope. Hope raised her this way.
Well, listen, had she told her, no, you can't have those earrings, we wouldn't have this problem.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, so let's go on into some news and gossip.
TV news.
Well, we did kind of just throw it out there. We caught him off guard a little bit.
I swear.
He doesn't know our show order.
Phil is in there eating pizza like, I wish these dudes would hurry up because it's Easter and I'm ready to go home. All right, so congratulations to the Days of Our Lives team for all of their Daytime Emmy nominations. They were nominated for Outstanding Drama Series, Outstanding Drama Series Writing Team, as well as Directing Team. And then we also have Peggy McKay, who plays Caroline, and Allison Sweeney, who played Sammy, nominated under the Outstanding Lead Actress. We also have Freddie Smith, who was nominated as the Outstanding Younger Actor nominee, and Camila, who played Gabby, was nominated as Outstanding Younger Actress. So congratulations to all the nominees, and we wish you a lot of luck in snagging that Daytime Emmy. Yeah, so congratulations and kudos to them. So in some other news, we have a lot of people coming onto the show and leaving the show.
Yeah.
We have leaving the show Melissa Archer and Freddie Smith. And we have
There's one more person
else that's leaving the show.
Oh my God.
Mark?
I don't know.
Do you know who's leaving the show?
I want to say it's someone named Melanie.
Yes, Molly Burnett is leaving the show. She actually wrapped back in December and should be played for the next few months, but she is sadly leaving the show. This is coming from the person who wanted to lead off our whole discussion with that news.
And then, I wanted to start the show with it. It's big news.
Then we have coming back, Patsy Pease will be coming back for a short amount of time. Spencer Neville, our favorite Derek, will be back on. Wally Kurth will be back on as Justin.
He's going to be on for a while. It's not just like some of these are just making appearances, like Patsy and that.
But Wally is back for a good little while.
No more GH.
Right. He left GH to come back on to Days, and also Stephen Nichols is coming back, and also Peter Raquel is coming back. So,
do you think they're going to bring? Do you think we're going to see an Elsa? And how fantastic will it be if she looks like the Elsa from Frozen?
If she comes back on dressed in blue with a ponytail to the side, I would die. And then the writing team has to, like, I can picture Adrian going, "Oh, really? You should have let that go." Like, that's what needs to happen.
That's all I kept thinking about the other day, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm a pee."
Like a blue power suit, powder blue power suit.
Oh my God, I can't with that. I cannot.
And then her sister can show up, Anna.
You have this whole Disney theme like all planned out. I can't, and it's totally cracking up over it. We also have, adding to the cast, his name is James Lestovic, and he's playing Joey Johnson, who is Steve.
Oh, so they casted him good.
They did.
Nice.
So he's playing Kayla and Steve's son.
So, and who is he going to be? There's obviously going to be other teenagers.
Well, yeah, that's what the one that they're casting for.
Theo?
Theo, yeah.
Oh, are they?
We have been seeing a lot more of Theo. Do we notice that we've been seeing a lot more of Theo?
When you put that awkward,
I feel like they're setting it up for
that awkward situation between Chad and Abby.
Rollerblading.
Oh my!
Now, the new Theo better not just say one word at a time.
Remember, he has autism.
That doesn't mean you just
he's
say,
not a parrot.
I know,
but
it's so bad.
But that's why.
He's not a parrot.
All right, that whole big
Sparkles.
awkward. Yeah, it was just like that. Also, you guys, coming up this week or next weekend, we have the Atlanta event hosted by we have the Atlanta, Georgia event sponsored by Dual Coast Events. I will be there hosting. If you guys are coming to the event, comment in the chat roll. Mark and Peter will be able to tell me who responded.
Oh, right now? Oh, okay. We'll watch.
The event will be happening this coming Saturday, April 11th, sponsored by Dual Coast Events. If you would like tickets, make sure you visit dualcoastevents.com. There are a slew of actors coming: Guy Wilson, Christopher Sean, Patsy Pease, Eric Martzoff, Jen Lilly, Daniel Cosgrove, Galen Gehring, and Cassie DePavia.
Where are you? What happened to you?
They took my picture off when they added Christopher Sean.
Yeah.
So, but I will be there. So, and if you guys are coming, let me know. Tweet me, Facebook me. Let me know. I would love to meet you guys. So, is anyone coming? Anyone saying anything in the chat room?
No one's saying that they're coming. But
Rude.
No.
All right.
Things change.
Instead of Eve's porn music, you'll hear "Let It Go." All right. So let's get into some predictions. Our hourglass fell out. It's gone.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV prediction.
All right, so our very own Ashley Daniels here at AFTERBUZZ TV went to NBC's summer event. Right. And she spoke with Galen Gehring and Deidre Hall, and Deidre Hall gave us a little bit of insight as to what you could possibly see coming up on Days of Our Lives. So let's roll that clip.
Oh, huge.
Yeah. What are you guys going to do to celebrate that?
Party, there's a lot going on. We have some characters coming back. We've got Peter Reckle coming back, Bo Brady, who is a huge fan favorite, and there are a lot of special events coming up. We've got a big gala. Well, never mind.
Spoiler.
Did you?
Sorry, I didn't just.
No, you didn't.
Oh no!
There's a lot of great stuff going on.
All right, so to find out more about what Deidre slipped up on and to hear the rest of that interview, make sure you go and subscribe and watch the video right on our AFTERBUZZ TV channel. Thank you, Ashley Daniels, for that little report.
She said a gala?
Yeah, a gala.
Gala.
Mm-hmm. So something big's gonna happen.
Gala storyline.
Huge. Any other predictions that we have coming up?
I feel like I had one, but I'm drawing a blank right now because I didn't write it down. But I was going to say, I think it was Cheryl commented, we talked about this a little bit outside before we came in, and we were talking about Sierra. And I said, I think that they'll keep Lauren Bowles on, like, she'll be a new Christy Clark. Like, we're going to watch her grow up on the show. I think she's just, and Cheryl said the same thing in the chat.
But it's just going to be awkward if they...
and now Cheryl's mad at me. Okay, Cheryl, I just gave you a plug and now you're mad at me. I don't know how to win. I don't know how to win with you, Cheryl.
But see, if they saw as Theo, then it's going to be awkward because Sierra's still going to be little, but Theo's going to be all grown up.
Let's hope not. Let's hope it's not.
So wait, so it's going to be Theo, Joey. There's got to be a girl. Who's the girl?
But is Joey? See, this is the thing we don't know. Is Joey old enough to be in the Sierra Theo clan or in the JJ Page clan?
Oh, maybe the JJ Page.
No, he's going to be. When I saw the casting, it was supposed to be Elijah and Joey. Like, they were supposed to be casted together because they were going to do a whole team.
Oh, so it's not Theo.
Well, Theo / Elijah.
They don't put Theo. They always
What's Teresa's real name? Jeannie.
Yeah.
So JJ, Jack Jr., JJ.
Right.
So
So then they may age those group of people and have like a high school, elementary school.
So we have high school, college.
Yeah, kind of across the grain.
Because it always happens in the summertime. They always have the kids summer storyline. Yeah,
I just remembered my prediction too. I think my prediction is going to be that Eve's going to become a high school teacher.
How about a college professor? Oh my God! Talk about that storyline.
Who? What?
Like if she became a high school teacher?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Cougar.
Mrs. Robinson.
The high school music teacher.
Oh,
that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
the whole Glee story.
And then she could be put on the summer the operetta, and Sierra can be the star. Got it. Done. You're Dina and Josh, I just did your job for you. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And speaking of done, that is it for us for this week's recap of your favorite soap opera Days of Our Lives. Before we head out, Mark, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, or on Facebook /the Mark J Freeman.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at The Real Duel Again. You can follow all of us on Facebook at Dish and Days.
That's right. And you guys can find me on all social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Lounging with Tony, and my website, loungingwithtony.com. You cannot find me there. You can find me on christianmingle.com. Thank you guys so much. Next week, we will be doing the recap at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My bad.
I'm bringing a pillow.
I will just be getting back from the Atlanta event, and I don't want to miss you guys, and I want to be able to tell you guys about the event. So next week, and next week only, we will be doing our recap at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, everyone who joined us live in the chat room.
Thank you.
Hope you have a wonderful, bright Easter, and we will see you next Sunday for another recap of Days of Our Lives.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.